And all they have to do is send out an email once a month on autoresponder to their entire patient database, just basically saying, hey, if you're a type 2 diabetic or know somebody who has it, we're now a licensee of the world's only patented system. To learn more about it, click on this link to watch your free webinar. It's literally that simple. That's all they have to do. And so we also provide a 6-foot floor banner that they can put in their reception area where there's a QR code page you can click on. We also provide 100 color brochures that the receptionist can give to patients with diabetic. So that's literally all the docs and the team has to do. We set it up so it's literally a set and forget it. And the way it works, because they become a legal licensee of ours, Jeff, and this is to make sure there's no anti-kickback issues going on, right? So when we charge the patient the funds, right? So the average care plan is $6,000, right? So the $6,000 goes into the doctor's account, not ours. So they get the $6,000 and then they pay us an average of $4,500 of that to deliver the service. And they keep that other $1,500 as a markup as a licensee. So they're going to average earning $1,500 per patient enrolled. And we're literally doing all the work. So that's what makes this so simple. It's almost like, that sounds too good to be true. I mean, we've literally made it like this to where there's no moving parts and to quite honestly, where the team can't screw it up, right? Where they don't do the marketing right or they're not selling it the right way. Like we made it where we take all of that off their plate and just let us do it. Just literally send them to this link and that's it. So it's very, very seamless. And again, they still have, again, average of $1,500. They do like one patient a week. Extra $6,000 a month, $72,000 a year, for literally it's 100% profit because there's no marketing costs. So that's a really nice thing to do. So
yeah, that's significant. And I think I don't know that you probably know the exact percentage or within a range, but this is a thick percentage of the population walking into practices each day. This isn't somebody, an issue that's like, well, 1 out of every 100 people. I see this once a month. You probably see this once every 30 minutes, right? In your practice.
Here's the stats, Jeff. Like that again, right now, according to the American Diabetic Association, 20% of people in the U.S. that are 45 years or older have diabetes.
There you go.
And again, so unless people watching this have a pediatric practice, a pretty good percentage of that or their patients are going to be 45 and older, right? So they get literally probably around 15% or more of the typical chiropractic practice, they have type 2.
Yep.
And the cool thing is though, even if they don't have diabetes, most people know somebody who does.
That's right.
So it could be Aunt Millie in New York City. So even if you don't have it, you can refer that link to your aunt in New York. And when they go through it, the doctor still earns their licensing fee, even though it's not their patient. So that's another way that's why when we say you send this email out every month to your entire database, it's not just the diabetics. Because again, most people know somebody who is, and every month it kind of recycles, right? Because there's more people getting diagnosed every single month. As you know, there's 38 million people in the US right now with diabetes, 97 million with prediabetes. So it's just insane. It's like 11% of the population. But again, that 45 and older, 20%. So it's a lot of people, man.
That's a massive amount of people. And I know your team handles all of the back end implementation, which makes it so easy for the doctor. Give me a little quick preview. I'm sure the docs out there are saying, well, what happens? What is my patient experience? What's the process like from a patient perspective?
Yeah. So again, once they go to that link, they watch an hour-long webinar online. It's all telemedicine. So they don't have to go to a clinic or anything. They do it from the comfort of their own home. They watch the webinar. At the end of the webinar, they get an opportunity to schedule a consultation with one of our consultants. And they do that by Zoom. And then we customize a program for them. We have a 3-month, a 5-month, and a 7-month program, all based on the severity of their diabetes. Okay. So it's basically $4,000, $6,000, $8,000. And they can use third-party financing like Care Credit if they want to make monthly payments. Very, very simple, like any other kind of high-end product a lot of doctors offer. And so once they get in, then they get transferred to one of our support coaches. And so now the patient has to check in at least once a week and giving us their blood sugar, their blood pressure, and their weight, and what they ate for the day. And all of that is done through the app, or we have an online portal as well. That goes right into our CRM. And again, so once they start following that, right, the supplements are shipped to their home. So now all they got to do, the patient, start eating the way we teach them, and then taking the supplements. And guess what? Blood sugar starts gradually dropping. And again, once it gets to that 105 or so in the morning, boom, they contact their doctor, the medical doctor, and their doctor starts gradually reducing the dose of the meds. And the other cool thing with this, Jeff, is that we actually guarantee results. That's what nobody else, and it's actually a better than 100% money back guarantee. So as long as the patient follows a program as we direct, if they're not reversed at the end of the program, they get 100% refund plus $1,000 just for trying it. So again, there's literally no excuse for the patient not to try it because either it works or it doesn't. And the cool thing is if we have to give a refund, we cover the cost. We don't go back to the doctor and snag that $1,500 they earned. That's all on us. So it makes it very, very simple, very easy. So it's a very, very cool thing for the doctors to offer. It's a very professional program. Again, we just did I told you this, but we just did last month a show on Dr. Phil, December 15th. So that's going to start airing next week, actually, kind of second week in January. So again, this is the real deal. So doctors can be real confident that what we're doing is the real deal. It's not some kind of pie in the sky thing. Again, the only patent in the world. It's pretty powerful. We got an independent study proving what we've done, 16-year track record doing this. So they can be confident that they're offering a really cool service to their patients.
I think that's fantastic. I'm going to save the heartbreak story of how difficult it is to get a patent for another day. I am sure that is a process, but I appreciate you and your team doing the hard work. So I don't have to, right? So the docs listening and watching can really take the best of the best. They can take the proven patented way. And as you said, with a money back guarantee, this just makes it so easy to be able to have a brief and direct conversation with patients in practice. So I'm going to encourage everybody listening and watching. Jeff, with Diabetes Reversal Group, you guys have came on as a partner of the Evidence Based Chiropractor. So thank you for that. And we're excited to partner together throughout this year and beyond and really give docs the tools and resources necessary to be able to help more people in their community in a way that is approachable, applicable, easy to implement, and profitable. I love all of it. I'm going to encourage every doc listening and watching to click on down below and connect with your team. Have a conversation. Ask the questions that you want to ask, connect with Dr. Jeff's team, and ultimately see if this is something that does make sense in your practice. It's a conversation that not only is good for you financially, but more importantly, can really help you help more people in your community and beyond, for that matter. And that's massively powerful. Thanks so much for checking out that interview. If you liked it, we have plenty more available. You can check out the next interview right here.